Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic seems to be fine. Right, gonna try to start making some samples. Uh, mm, all right, let's see here. All right. Um, let's see what we can find. Let's see. Let's try some analog dreams. See what that life is about. Haji, what's good? Thank you for joining. How's it going? I'm just gonna make some samples for my Discord. So you guys will have something to flip for this month. So I'll create it today and you'll have like a week to actually flip the samples. So that's pretty much what I'm doing now. All right. Let's try something else. Big Poppy was good. That might be cool. Yeah, people be sleeping on these contact stuff. And you can get this with like complete start. Some of them are actually kind of free, so All right. It's around 86 beat per minute. Let's work with that. Now, very interesting sound. Let's quantize these real quick. And still have to move them over. All right. Let's move these to the beginning. Let's move them toward that way, and I set a loop point. This is one of the reasons I don't like using contact. It takes forever to load stuff, man. And then it does this stuff where it decides that it wants to play other stuff that it shouldn't be playing. All right, so let's see what we want to put. Let's do a mallet, maybe. All right, let's do that. Of course. Of course. Why is it breaking up? It's putting me straight into demo mode, I see. All right. All right. Let's use something else. Let's go transit. try the lo-fi. All right. Let's see what's going on here. There's something there. All right, a little bit too much going on there. Let's try that again. See if we can find something else with this one. Of course, xelohh does what it wants to do, not what I tell it to do. All right. Now I lost the rhythm. All right, let's do that. Let's take these, move these over. Yeah, see, now I don't like it. All right. You said, can Cakewalk extract a rhythm from audio? Yeah. You can do, what is it called? Uh, so let's say, huh, I went too far. So let's say we had that, right? And you wanted to like extract the groove from it. You can go to this clip show hide, and you want to do like the audio snap. There's a way to bring it up as well. If you go to view and you go to audio snap palette. So in here, you can actually extract the groove. So here it says like groove. So you can extract the groove from whatever sample you put in here. You can use it on other things as well. But as you see, it's like, it's not that hard to do, but I usually don't take the grooves from samples, but it is something that you can do. All right, let's change this and make it something else. Didn't mean to do that. All right. Hey man, I appreciate it. Thanks for the chat. Vice was good. I see you in here. And the I can't even say your name. And Crow last? And a Croclist? Sorry. Butchering your name, but appreciate it. And what I probably want to do is bounce these to audio just because they seem to be having some weird timing thing going on with them. So Anchorclast. AC, there we go. Make it easy for me, man. I appreciate it. Let's see what this did. All right, so let's do that again. I'm gonna Control Z that. I'm gonna stretch these out so that I will have the full thing for this track. Come on. So I can just cut it on this part and then kind of double it that way. Because for some reason it sounds like it's doing weird stuff, and I hate when it's doing weird stuff. Bounce the track. Yeah, I'll be trying, man. You know, it don't always work out, but I try. Why did it only do this part? Of course, because that's the only part that's highlighted. Come on, Cakewalk. Step it up, man. Step it up, Cakewalk. I know I ain't used you in a while. Been neglecting you, but work with me here. We're live, man. People are watching us. Oh, man. And once you know, kind of use other DAWs, like especially Reaper, you find out how fast Reaper actually is when you have to do things like this. And you start to realize, man, yo, what have I been doing all this time? All right, so let's move this over. Duplicate that. Let's hear how that one sounds. Yeah, that's what we want. That sounds a lot better. That's what I wanted to do. All right, so bounce that to clip. Of course, it's doing a whole bunch of stuff. Does groove clip time stretch audio to the tempo. It can, yes. You can stretch it to the tempo. You can do warping in there as well. So if you want to warp a sample, you could do that inside that groove clip as well. I always forget the shortcut for it. It is not there anymore. I don't know what it is. But yeah, usually there's a shortcut key. You can use it, pull it up. I can't remember it off the top of my head right now. But yeah, you can get it to set the tempo from the project. Um, you can also do like your own quantize in here. Here's the option to extract the grooves. So if you want to take whatever groove that's on there, you can extract it and add it to another sample. So you have right here, it says apply groove. So you can apply it to whatever sample you're trying to get it to. But yeah, you can do tempo, and you can snap the beats to a clip. You can copy it as a MIDI. I haven't really tried this one, but yeah, it says you can do that as well. You can change your tempo up here. You can do your threshold down here, and they'll tell you what you're trying to stretch it to. So yeah, this is a pretty cool tool. I actually have a video showing you how to use it. I think it's called like how to warp in Cakewalk. So it'll show you how you can warp your audio inside of Cakewalk. Uh, Pretty easy. So let's mute that one. I should probably do it to all of them, huh? Let me just do this one as well. I gotta do them one by one because then it'll try to do other things that I don't want it to do. All right. I feel you, Vice. I mean, I use both of them still. I know a lot of people come to this channel specifically for Cakewalk, so I'll try to do some videos for it still. But yeah, Reaper is definitely definitely a beast. Let's see. Just had Ableton crash on me today because I was trying to do other stuff while my track was bouncing. Got away with it many times this time. Didn't want to load back up. Yeah. Um, it's funny, like I haven't really messed with Ableton too deep to where it'll crash on me. Um, it's really hard for me to crash Reaper unless it's like some weird VST crashing it. But Cakewalk, it does have this tendency of taking itself out. I don't know what it does in the background that causes that, but I know they've been doing a lot of updates to try to fix a lot of those issues. So yeah, yeah, one would hope, man. I'm just trying to get everything together. That's wow. Just import a sample, hit Control G, and it seems to set automatically. Um, Control and G. What is that? Hmm. Control G. Now, you might have just taught me something. I don't know. A Kid Leroy acapella challenge. Finally got the vocals to line up. They can be tricky, man. Like sometimes people do some weird tempos and you really can't catch it the way you want to. Uh, That's a lot better to take this off. So that way it'll get rid of all that trailer stuff that it has on there, all those trailing sounds. But it sounds like it's off. Why is that? So let's take this second part because I know this should be good. And stretch that out. Duplicate. Yeah. The only time I used to get crashes inside of here is usually if I was using like too many like VST3s. For some reason, it would crash it if I was using, but VST2s, no problem, didn't crash. Went through, set up everything perfectly fine. But that was just, a workaround for me. It doesn't necessarily, work all the time. But you said you'd use Control and G. What does that do? Control G. What is that? Okay. I have no idea what that does. Yeah. Let's do this again. Hmm. Sets the clip to groove clip and stretches it. Oh, the groove clip one. Yeah, that's what is that called? You right click on here, groove clip loop, and Control L. So yeah, you can set it there, and that'll put it to do that stretching and snap it to the tempo kind of stuff. Um, I rarely use it. Just one of those things. All right, so I should be okay with these. Come on. Not sure of the shortcut. It's quick group. Yeah. I've given you guys the stems to the sample. I've thought about it, but it just takes up too many spots. I mean, I'll have to do like a zip file and actually send it someplace else for you guys to actually download it. It won't be able just to one download from Discord. That's pretty much probably the only reason I haven't done it. What I might do, see that you said that, I might do like a pack, like a sample pack, and kind of have all the stems in there of all these different months that I've actually put together these loops for you guys, and probably do the stems in that. Have you be able to download that? That's probably what I'll do. See that Vice thinking of some great ideas, man. Let me write that down so I can remember. So Cakewalk did a lot for you. It taught me how can you use a serious doll. You end up learning more about what I wanted out of the doll and got me back into music. That's what's up. I feel kind of the same way. Like I was FL head heavy. I was just FL's the best. I was that guy. And then I started using FL to do like orchestral stuff, and it wasn't the move, man. It just didn't load everything the way I wanted to. It would kill my PC as soon as I put something in there. Um, and that's kind of what started my search for doing another DAW. And I stumbled across Von Gonzo making beats in Cakewalk, and I was like, oh, I can do this in Cakewalk. And I would load up a whole bunch of contact libraries, and it wouldn't crash, it wouldn't lag. They loaded faster inside of Cakewalk than they did inside of FL Studio, so it was like almost like a no-brainer for me. You see it as a WAV file, like bounce to clip, and after the master, a few silent seconds. Yeah, the thing about those is I would probably have to do it like MP3 because of Discord. The limit that you have in Discord is kind of small, so it won't let you send like a really big file. But I mean, it still may work. It's not hard to explain. I got you. I know what you're talking about. Uh, Definitely a lot of flaws. Sampling is a pain. Doesn't integrate VSTs for better performance. Native VSTs are ugly, but great for free. Just a hobbyist. Hey man, it's actually a really good DAW. It just kind of matters how you use it and when you're using it or what you're using it for. If you're a person that does more than just make beats and you actually do like recording, you do like guitars, you do mixing, mastering, I would say Cakewalk is probably a really good option if you're doing all those things. If you're just making beats and that's all you ever want to do is just make beats, I'd probably say you might want to go like that FL Studio route or Ableton because they're engineered toward making beats. Um, like the FL step sequencer is made just so you can really quickly add stuff and make beats really quickly in it. Um, Ableton just allows you to do a whole lot more with your samples because they have the sampler, they have the simpler, they have all the warping capabilities inside of Ableton. So that's what makes Ableton like really good for a lot of people, especially if you do like EDM kind of stuff. You make like your own sounds. They have a whole bunch of really nice plugins that'll help out with sound design. But that's why you would probably use those. But like I said, if you're actually doing like live bands, you're recording vocals, stuff like that, I would probably go with Cakewalk over both of those, Ableton and FL Studio. But right now, I mean, the champ for me right now is Reaper. I do everything in Reaper. The MIDI is really good. The sampling in there is good. The warping is good. The ability to search is amazing in there, at least to me. Um, I can play a track or a sample and it'll match the tempo of whatever I'm playing. Um, what else does it do? I have that option to set the key of whatever sample I want to into the key of the track and play at the tempo of the track. So like I don't have to do much to see if it's gonna fit or not. Where sometimes in Cakewalk I am guessing. I'm trying to put stuff together. Like if I throw a drum loop on here, I don't know if it's necessarily gonna fit with the beat, and I have to kind of put it in there, take it off, put it on another one, take it off. Whereas in Reaper, I just kind of go through the list, and if it's not hitting from the list, then I know it's not going to hit when I pull it over into the track because it's automatically going to put the tempo of the track uh, to the beat. Yeah. All right. So it's like I want to put something else in here. I don't know what it is though. Um, Maybe a vocal. Let's try a vocal. Um, The fact that Cakewalk is free is pretty mind-boggling to me. It has tons of well thought out features. Big fan of the Pro. Oh man, that's one of the reasons I still use Cakewalk Pro Channel. You can ask many people. That is what one of those things that really sets Cakewalk apart from like all the other DAWs that I've ever used is the ability to use the Pro Channel. And then you even have this channel over here, this channel strip, where you can do all your effects and add them right here while I'm in this view. I don't have to be in the console view in order to actually do it. Really, really dope. And um, if you are a person looking to get some stuff, arcade is the way to go. This is like a very, very good investment that I've actually done here, I think. I really like arcade. Truth will come, truth in. All right, so I don't even know what key I'm in. I'm in A. Looks like a something. Minor, maybe? I am in A minor. All right. So let's go back in arcade. Set this to A minor. And let's look for some vocals. Arcade is like it's like $9 a month or something like that. And the only reason I actually got it is because I see that they keep updating it and adding more and more sounds. So every month there's like a whole bunch of new sounds that's added on here at any given time. So that's kind of why I did it. Uh, Lawrence, what's good? Thank you for joining, man. What I think about Bitwig? I think Bitwig is actually really cool. I don't have any qualms with it. I see it, as like, Ableton's little brother or big brother, however you want to see it. I do like the scripting that you can add inside of Bitwig to make it kind of do what you want it to do. It's not as customizable as I would like it because like I use Reaper and I can customize almost anything. I mean, like if there's an action for it, I can customize it basically inside of Reaper. So whatever that action is, I can customize the DAW to do that action. If I wanted my uh, like my tracks, like let's say you're in here, right? And you see these tracks on the left hand side. If I wanted these on the right hand side, I could do that in Ableton. and vice versa. Like if you're used to Ableton and having your tracks on this right hand side, you could do that in Reaper. And that's just all customization that it has inside the DAW. It's just that versatile. But Bitwig is pretty cool. I actually have Bitwig, so if you guys have questions about Bitwig, I'll mess with it and kind of figure stuff out. That's kind of what I do. Might look into Reaper. Sounds so much better workflow. Studio One looks like shit too. Studio One is a very good DAW. There's a couple of things about it that I necessarily don't like. One of them being like it uses a lot of CPU to run things, and that's something people don't usually tell you about. But it uses a lot of CPU just to run a lot of the same programs that Cakewalk runs with no problem, Reaper runs with no problem. Um, it has the same flaw to me that FL has. Like if you load too many things, it just kind of starts doing a whole bunch of weird sound effects and stuff to your sounds. At least that's what I found when I'm using it to like make beats and I'm using a whole bunch of different VSTs. I'll just hear all these weird artifacts inside of the sounds that don't need to be there. So that's one of the reasons why I don't necessarily go towards Studio One. I know a lot of people that do use it. I think it's has a lot of great features in there. I like the drum sequencing that it has in there. I like the fact you can kind of drag and drop everything wherever you need it to go. I like the fact that it shows you like visuals of your VSTs if you have it that way. You can set them up yourself and do like PNG files, I think, and make your own little like graphics for it, which is pretty cool. Um, I'm not a fan of all the folders that it has to go through. Um, that was one of the reasons I didn't like Reaper because it had all these subfolders inside of folders to kind of get to things. But overall, I think it's a good DAW. If you like I said, it's one of those DAWs. If you're doing other things other than just making beats, it's actually that's what it's kind of built for. Like if you play guitar, if you do bands, if you're doing mixing and mastering, I think those are things that make Studio One stand out more than just if you're just making beats. If you're just making beats, I wouldn't suggest you use Studio One. That's just my personal opinion. Others will have their own opinion, but that's just how I see it. Um, Cakewalk is high quality DAW for me. I also use Ableton and FL Studio, and this DAW is up there when you combine. Yeah, and here's the funny thing that I think that a lot of people will say. They'll say FL has all these effects and plugins inside them, but the majority of the people that I know personally that use FL Studio don't use any of the stock sounds. They don't use any of the stock uh, EQs or anything like that. They might use like the panoramic EQ, but that's it. Like they don't use any of the other stock things inside of FL Studio. They may use like gross beats every once in a while, but other than that, they're using third party for sounds, third party for effects, for reverbs, choruses, all that stuff. They're using third party stuff. So when they say like Cakewalk doesn't have a lot of sounds or Reaper doesn't come with any instruments, I'm like, most people don't use stock sounds or plugins anyway. So I don't see what the argument really is. Yeah, arcade is like $9. Shaper box. People are calling me on a live. Why? All right. Favorite third party plugin? Oh, Shaperbox is really dope. I've used it several times. I don't personally own like the whole thing. I have like the one that I think it's like the base one, but Shaperbox is really cool. It adds like a nice textures to people's sounds. I am not slandering FL Studio, man. What's good, Saya? Thanks for joining, yo. FL is a great DAW. I have no problems or qualms with FL Studio, except for if I'm running a whole bunch of VSTs, I gotta bounce everything down, else it'll crash. I'm just messing with you. FL is a really good DAW, man. Um, I still wouldn't prefer it to actually to record like bands or do a lot of like mixing. I know a lot of people who use FL Studio that use Pro Tools to mix. Um, I know people that use FL Studio and then use Logic to mix stuff. They'll use another DAW to actually like mix like vocals and record vocals, just because of how weird FL is at times with vocals. But yeah, I still think it's a great DAW, man. I would definitely say if you're just making beats, FL, Ableton, those would be the ones you should probably go with. But if you want to step out of that box, do other things, you can try other DAWs. That's the way, I see it. It is what it is. Come on, really? Won't catch live stream again. Late for me. Just happened to be bank holiday, so I got to stay up late. Anyway, just want to say thank you for your hard work. Hey man, appreciate you, man. Thank you for stopping by, yo. I know it's not, for everybody to get on here every time, but good try. Yeah, I did talk about Shaperbox. I mean, I have some parts of Shaperbox, I think. Who makes that? Cable guys. I haven't loaded on this computer. Yeah. No problem, Lawrence. I appreciate you guys for stopping by, man. This is kind of why I do it. And then what I'll probably do is kind of just duplicate these over. So I'll make it like a 16, and I'll take off this vocal. So I'll give you guys a chance to mess with this part here, and then also have the vocal part at the end. Low cuts in the building. What's good? All right, so let's do that. Yeah, that's one of them other weird things that Cakewalk does. Like, see, right now, if I do this and bounce it, it'll only bounce like whatever is highlighted. And I don't understand why it does that. Kind of pisses me off at times, but it's neither here nor there. All right, let's unsolo those. All right, so I mean that should be pretty good. This is where I always forget to do stuff. So actually, let me save this. What are we in June? Um, 86 beats per minute, A minor for you guys. Let's export. Doing too much. Let's go desktop. Yeah. Let's do that. Had funds. I be getting something from these instruments. They got a crazy sale going on right now. Best way to crossfade pad samples? Do you do it at the zero crossing or whether the lines meet on both samples? Crossfade pad samples. So you're saying if you had two samples and you wanted to crossfade them. Let's see. You said pad, so let's try a pad one. So let's see. So you're saying if I wanted to fade one of these, right? Let's make this 8 bars, bounce it to clip. Come on, man. All right, and say I had this one, right? Let's put this one down here. And let's stretch this one out. 2 to 8 bars. Bounce it. All right. So to crossfade in here, usually it'll let you just do it. As you see, let me make it bigger. All right. So as you see, it'll crossfade it on its own once you just put them over each other. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking or not, but most pads, can you crossfade so they don't decay out? Yeah, you can. You can do it to if you're saying if you're using like a MIDI one to do it, because if you have audio, you can always fade audio and kind of cut it to where you want it to be. One shot tutorial for Reaper? No. Like you can use a one shot sample as an instrument. All right, I'm gonna actually put that on the list here. Getting some good ideas from you guys. One shot tutorial. Do we put in the resupplematic and change the tones to semi? Yes, that is exactly how you would do it. Change it to semitones, shift it, make sure that you're using the pitch of whatever the actual sample is, because it gives you an option to choose the pitch. So make sure you click on that and it'll make sure that the whatever note you're using is in tune. And then you can just make sure you have on the poly at the bottom. Don't put it on singular, so that you'll be able to play different notes and you can play it as like chords or whatever, really. Um, yeah, I'll probably have to do a tutorial on that for sure. All right. Any other questions while we have you here? I'm gonna try to do one more. Instrument. Um, let's do. Oh man, why are you lost, man? Yeah, man. I used to have that issue all the time, especially because I do like TV film stuff, and sometimes that synth will just keep trailing on and on. I'll bounce it to audio and cut that bad boy off. Yeah, man. That's the way I usually do it. Because the MIDI sometimes just goes out of control. I have no idea why, but it just kind of does. Let's find some one shots here. I think they have some really nice pads. C minor. So what I can do, drag this into complete control and put this on ADSR. Change the starting point. Think about mouse on it. Hey man, I'm learning like you guys are learning. I'll just have an option to go on YouTube and show you what I learned. Let's do that. All right. Do 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 do. Let's see here. What was that again? Is it select or shift? All right. Let's loop this and yeah. It's kind of tough going back to Cakewalk from Reaper at times, just because I know how much faster I can find things and get things going in Reaper. All right, man. I see you going off to bed. That's what's up. Really? Stop playing with me, Cakewalk. Had cakewalk smoothness in the piano roll. Nah, I think Reaper's piano roll is like now is better than cakewalks, just because I can customize all the stuff I need in there. I don't I don't have an issue with Reaper's piano roll anymore, man. Did you watch the last video I put out for learning Reaper? Let's go experimental. Let's change this. Replace it. Let's go with expand. I have a video showing you how I set up my piano roll in Reaper. I would say that's probably a must watch if you're gonna use Reaper piano roll. I show you all the steps from scratch. So like how to set up your the one click, just like FL Studio, you can one click put your MIDI in, how to do your strums in there, how to chop notes with one key or with the toolbar. I show you how to lock the stuff into key, how to add more chords, how to see exactly which chord you're actually playing. So if you play a chord and you don't know what chord it is that you actually played, you can just hover over the chords, and in the left-hand corner, it'll tell you exactly what chord you played. Yeah, I mean, Reaper's piano is bananas, yo. Definitely check that one out. Um, let's add some pads, maybe. That might be a little bit too soft. I kind of like that one. So what key are we in? We're in this, what is this? Is that D sharp? So D sharp, maybe, is that a minor? It is not. What is that? Major? Nope. Or is that a C sharp? Is that a C sharp? No. D flat. Is that what that is? No. C sharp is a C sharp. I'm tripping. Ba-da-dum bum bum bum. What is this? It could be a minor, but it's probably like a harmonic minor or some nonsense like that, yo. Harmonic minor. Nope. What is this, man? I don't even know what I just made. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things out there you could do, man. Um, exotic scales. Dorian. It's probably this M one, that M Mixolonian. Nope. That's interesting. I made a very interesting chord. I have no idea what it is. Nope. Yeah, man. Yes, it's really good, man. Definitely check it out. Big Poppy, Reaper. Reaper is, how do I say this without saying it? It's probably it. All right. So if you download Reaper, you could get it. You don't have to worry about putting an email in. You ain't got to worry about anything. You just go there, you download it. You can download it to a flash drive if you wanted to. Once you download it, there'll be a pop-up that says Reaper is not free, and you have an evaluation box that pops up on there. People have been using the evaluation or still evaluating for years. I know a dude who still has not purchased Reaper, and I think he's on like his 5th year of using Reaper. I'm not saying you should go that route, but if you do want to pay for it, it's like $60, which is very, very affordable. I mean, it's not, going to break the bank or anything like that, but you can do everything you want to in it without paying for it, if that makes sense. I don't want to say it's free because it's not free. I don't want to say you have to pay for it because there's people that haven't paid for it yet. So if you don't mind seeing a pop-up box that says you're still evaluating when you first started, it's like 4 seconds. And once that 4 seconds go, you hit the box and you do whatever you want to do inside of Reaper. That's record, save stuff, open your own files. There's no limitations to it at all. So if you want to try Reaper, I say go for it. I'm going to warn you though. Reaper is not like other DAWs. You have to set it up. There is no, I'm just going to go in here and start working. You have to set up Reaper. I have some videos. If you're following my other channel, which is called Learning Reaper, I have some videos on how to set up Reaper. I would highly suggest to watch the piano roll one I just released, because I take you from scratch how to set up your SWS files, how to set up your RIA pack, and how to set up your piano roll inside of Reaper. If you don't want to do all the steps in there, I do have a link inside the description, and I have the configuration file for Reaper. So if you need to just set it up, and it's like $8. I have it on my website. Um, the link is in that video. If you want to just download it, it's like I said, it's $8, and you can download the whole setup. If you don't want to pay $8, go through the video, watch all the stuff in there, set up your piano roll, set up the Reaper the way you want to set it up, and you should be good to go. But I will warn you, like I said, Reaper is not for everybody. It is a hassle to set up. I'm not going to lie to you. Um, but once you set it up and you start to use it, you'll appreciate it more because Reaper customizes to whatever you're doing. So if you like things a certain way, you can set Reaper up to work that way. It works for you, not for it. Like Cakewalk, I'm confined to certain things that Cakewalk has, like shortcut keys and things like that. I can change any shortcut key I want to inside of Reaper. Um, and like I said, there's no limitations. The CPU usage on it is very, very low. So anything you load inside of Reaper is going to be very, very low CPU usage. That's one of the reasons why I actually like it, because if I have a whole bunch of VSTs on the computer, any other door would crash, but Reaper will just keep going. And like I said, you could run it from a flash drive. So if I have a flash drive in the video, I tell you I'm using a flash drive to actually load this stuff. And I'm showing you how I'm doing it from a flash drive to load it on the computer. So yeah, Reaper, I guess to say, is cheap. Dorian, it's not Dorian. I tried, man. I don't know what scale this is I'm using. Cheapest door out there is the most powerful. Yes, it is definitely that. You've had it since 2018. That's what's up. Yes, and it is backwards compatible with 32-bit stuff. It'll even use like Cakewalks stuff. What is those things called? What are they called? It'll use 32-bit stuff. It'll use what is that thing called, yo? These DX files. It'll open these too. These DX things that come with Cakewalk. You can open those inside of Reaper as well. And if you really, really, I'm kind of butchering Cakewalk right now. If you really want to switch over to Reaper, I made a video on this channel. It's called How to Load Cakewalk Files in Reaper. So if you had a whole bunch of files in Cakewalk, you can load them in Reaper. As long as you have the same VSTs, you can load up that project file inside of Reaper. So it's a great DAW, man. But like I said, it's not for everybody. It's not necessarily easy to get along with. It has a lot of menus, a lot of options, and it can be overbearing for people if you're just starting out. If you're just starting out, that's why I usually like to tell people, if you're just starting out and you kind of want to do everything, get Cakewalk. It's free, and you can do everything in this. You can record, you can mix, you can master, you can make beats, you can do whatever you need to do inside of Cakewalk. Reaper, on the other hand, you have to know where you're going, and Cakewalk will give you that great direction of how things should work and how things should go. And then when you start customizing Reaper, you'll completely fall in love with it. I mean, the customization is utterly ridiculous, y'all. Could be before that too. I ran Reaper on my Raspberry. Yo, man, Reaper runs on anything, yo. Yes, DX plugins. Thank you. The DX plugins will work in Reaper. Yeah, if you open up the DX plugins, it'll work inside of Reaper. Really, really cool, man. And like I said, if you have Cakewalk files that you want to load, or let's say you had Cakewalk files that don't work, you can kind of still try to load them inside of Reaper. I had to do that for a project. I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I was submitting stuff for a library, and I tried to pull up the Cakewalk file, and it wouldn't load. It just kept failing. It was like the VST kept failing inside of Cakewalk. So I opened up the Cakewalk file inside of Reaper, bounced all the stems to like to WAV file, then opened it back up inside of Cakewalk. It was crazy, man. But yeah, that's what I had to do. Yeah, man, you could try it. If you download Reaper, I have a video on this channel. I believe it's called Opening Cakewalk Files in Reaper. Or if you just do it on YouTube, I should come up on the list. But yeah, it's a thing, yo. You can do it. And the reason that it was made there was a guy called Aslo. He's the one who actually made the script that you can use inside of Reaper to open it up. And the reason he did it was because Cakewalk got shut down by Gibson. So he wanted a way to pull his Cakewalk files into Reaper. So that's why he made the script. Really, really dope. That was a while ago, man. And then they got bought by BandLab. So now Cakewalk is free right now. All right. Let's do something else, man. Let's do something. Let's do something different. So I'm gonna do generator. Let's go ripcord. And let's do let's do expand. So let's set this up. Ripcord. All right. Uh, um, let's do a bright pad. All right, I think that should work. Let's find a better sound. Oh, why did that happen? I put a loop on there. Why you ain't tell me I did that, man? All right, let's try that again. Wow, really, really? So this is what we're gonna do live? All right, yeah, I'm done. I am done. Shut down. Stop. Please stop doing what you're doing. Close. It won't shut down. Will it minimize? It will minimize. All right. Close. So this is what we're doing. So we really gotta do here. You gonna mess with me like this, cakewalk? Is that what we're doing live? All right, that was enough of that. Bring in, yes, ASLO. Themes is the most fun part of Reaper, easy to change. Yeah, it is, man. All right, so let's try that again. And this is Reaper for anybody who's interested. This is the piece theme that I am using right here. I kind of modified these little black sections here to make it this dark. But yeah, this is Reaper, and this is kind of what it looks like. You have templates just like you do have in Cakewalk. You can do your virtual instruments here. I set a whole folder to the instruments I usually use. Well, it makes it a lot easier for me to kind of get to. So let's try that again. And what did I use? I used bright pads and I used this one, right? Was this it? I don't think it was that bright, was it? It was that one though. I'm pretty sure it was that one. All right. So to make this a lot easier, I'm going to set this loop. I'm going to double click in here and it's going to make my audio section, and I can bring up the piano roll down here. And that's what it looks like. Sound like a newbie. Ripcord tutorial and for Reaper. Have to get it to work. How I use Ripcord is I usually use this second MIDI option that they have. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's probably really small on your screen. But yeah, there's another effects part here. It's called Show Track Input Effects window. So I'll use this for Ripcord. So I'll put Ripcord in here. Ripcord. And I have no idea what Ripcord I was just using. Hmm. That wasn't the one, but yeah, that's an easy way to set up Ripcord inside of Reaper. And if I play it out, it'll actually play the MIDI notes in here. So I won't have to, it won't be just like that one chord that is playing or the one key that I'm pressing. It'll actually play the whole chords. So that's why I like it. Task manager. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Gotta go, guys. All right, man. All right. How do you get the presets? So if you're gonna do Ripcord, um, I got a tip for you. Tip: if you have the Unison MIDI chord pack, they have a free one, right? You can actually set it up inside of Ripcord. So you go to your settings and you go to import MIDI files, right? And then you just basically drag or find like the MIDI chord pack. Let's see. Where do I have it? MIDI files, right? So let's say I had MIDI melodies, right? So you can use these and put them inside of. So I'm gonna use this one. I don't know what this is, but I know it's a MIDI. And I put open. So this is the one that. So these are the chords from that little section of the Unison MIDI chord pack. So now they're all separate on Ripchord, which is complete fire if you ask me. But um, a lot of people don't know about this or don't use it. So, Jim. Ooh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't use that one though. Oh, see, I even have a cymatics MIDI stuff in here. Woo! Oh, those are fire chords. That is fire. There he goes. Straight fire, yo. That is straight fire. Let's see. Let me record that. And just like that, you have some really dope stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's really dope, man. Reaper, man, it just what can I say, yo? What can I possibly say, yo? But yeah, man, I just hmm. Man. And then you can, always take it off of here. Why is it not moving? For all my FL people who like the floating window, you can do that here as well. All right. And I'm gonna cut this one, right? So I'll cut it and I'm gonna duplicate it over. Ah, why did I do that? And I'm gonna move this over. Come on, work with me. So what I need to know is what key this is in, which I have no idea. It looks like I was telling you guys before, I can scroll over like using this thing here and find out what the key is. Come on. So C minor for this chord, F major seventh, F major six or minor six, and a G major. So let's do a key snap. What do we say this was? C? Is it all the white notes? No, it's not. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. That looks right. And that looks right. All right. So we're in C minor scale. So I'm going to move this one. I don't know if I want to go up or down. Yes, ripcord is actually free, yo. Ripcord is actually free. Like I said, if you have any of those MIDI packs, like the Nico MIDI pack, or you have the Unison Audio, or if you even do Cymatics, you could throw all those MIDIs that they have in there inside of Ripcord and use it. I don't know if you could do that in Scalar, but Ripcord, you can actually do that. There's a couple of free packs on there. I believe there's some people on Reddit who have some packs that are free. What is that thing called, yo? Um, what is it called? There's like a group of things in here somewhere. Where is it? I don't know where it's at. So like these jazz ones I have in here, I got that from some other pack. I have a whole bunch of them in here, as you can see. So anytime I get any kind of MIDIs, I just throw them right into my ripcord. So I'll have them for later on. Who knows when I'll use them, but I have them if I need them. All right, so let's do this. Let's duplicate this, right? And I'm gonna change this and let's do um all right, so I can actually turn off the ripcord for this one. I don't need it. But in expand, what I'll do is actually turn on the ARP and let's do up and down. Let's see how that goes. Let's solo this first. and I gotta turn it on. Yeah, so that's gonna work. Yeah, Ripcord is free. Definitely download it. It's great. You're on Unison right now looking for free packs. Yeah, man, they got some free packs on there. Definitely download those. All right, so one more instrument in there, I think, and I'm done, yo. Let's see. I want some strings of some sort. Let's do augment. All right. Ooh. I love texture stuff. I don't know why, man. This makes things sound really cool. All right, so let's do this. I'm gonna copy this one down and open this up in the piano roll, and I'm going to remove these bottom ones. For sure, move those. And let's take out all this stuff on top. Nope, I went down too far. All right. So there we go. We're going to delete those. And we just have these textured ones. And what I'll do is make this all legato. I'll just hit L on my keyboard. And that's another thing that I didn't really talk about in the other one. You can make stuff legato. Let's quantize this as well. And yeah. And let's raise the volume of these. I even talk about this thing here, low cuts. If you watch that video, these like little volume lengths, I talk about that in the video as well, man. And I'm gonna use a compressor to bring up that other stuff at the bottom, and I'll probably try to morph it a little more. Yes, they do have a bunch of free. Cymatics is really good, man. I think I'm gonna run with those. So what was this one? I mean, I really can't get over how dope Reaper is. Like, I just named it and it changed the color of. Oh man, I'm telling you, dog. I don't understand how people are not in love with this thing, yo. What is this one? And I have a shortcut to actually add my EQ anytime. Oh man, what do you? I mean, like, what has people been doing without Reaper, yo? Wave grind? I have not. Vice, I'm gonna tell you right now. Go to your configurations and set it up so that you'll have your settings no matter what. Like you should save it like on a flash drive or something, but save your Reaper configurations. So go to your preferences, right? Go up to general and you want to export configuration, right? So make sure all these is checked. This is like anything that you've used inside of Reaper, whether it's been for SWS stuff, whether your ReaPack stuff, all that stuff will download into this configuration file. Save it, name it whatever you want to name it, save it into a place. Maybe save one on like your desktop, save one inside of Reaper. So all your settings that you have set up will always be there. Or you can always go back to it, I should say. That's pretty much what I do. So if I update or tweak my Reaper, I'll make a brand new configuration file and save it. And I'll save it on the computer and I'll save it on my flash drive. So yeah, definitely do that. All right, I think this one is good to go too. I just need to kind of tweak it a little bit, especially for this first sound. Yes, sir. This is the second sample. I'll probably take away um, I don't know how I want to do it yet. I'll, I'm thinking if I should make it 3 sections. Um, yeah, I'll do it like that so that you guys will have a chance to kind of break down the sample. And this duplicate. So that way you'll have that. All right, I think y'all should be able to work with that. Save. Um, second. Sample flip. June, right? Yes, June. 140. 40 beats per minute. I have no idea what key this is in. Didn't I look that up? I don't remember what key it was in. All right, I'll just leave it at that. Leave it as Reaper. And if you guys are doing your Reaper files, make sure you're creating subdirectory, move all the media into the directory and copy the source files. So make sure definitely those 3 is checked. And basically that'll create a whole file. So if you do move this file to like something else, all your waves and stuff will be in there. If you have audio files, I should say. All right. I don't remember what key this is in. Oh, C. C natural minor. All right. So when I export it out, I'm gonna render this. I'm gonna do the time selection. Let's go desktop. And C minor. All right. Oh, that was fun. Appreciate it. So sounds like you'll probably be using the second sample. Oh man. Um, so yeah, I'll set everything up, get those set up inside of the Discord. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. Hey man, thank you for joining, Vice. Appreciate it. So I'm gonna log off of here. The sample should be up by tonight. I'll probably do that in the next couple of minutes or so. But yeah, you guys have fun working on the samples, and I will see you next week, Monday, to see who wins this sample flip. All right, y'all. Peace. Can we hear X.E.L story behind the name? Steve, what's good? Thanks for joining, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. If you are interested in the sample flip, the link should be below in the description of this video to get to the Discord. These two samples that I made tonight will be inside of the sample flip. You'll be able to download them and use them to flip the sample. The winner will receive any shirt from my collection of shirts that I have. It could even be like this one here. I don't know if you can see it. I was probably not showing it, of course. But yeah, you can get a chance to win a shirt. Um, any one of the shirts off of my site is what I'm going with right now. But yeah, other than that, you guys have a good night. Um, and the name XEL stands for Extra Enhanced Lyricist. This is when I was in my artist days. I was rhyming all the time, and that was like my thing. So X, which was extra, E, enhance, L, lyricist, and then I added of hip hop just so the OHH can have something as well. But that's why I always say X dot E dot L dot. And it's like, oh, okay. That's basically how it was supposed to go. So that's how the name came about. Hopefully that helps you understand that a little bit more. Um, I might try to start getting back into some rhyming, but I've been really lazy, just to be honest. And it takes a lot out of me to write like I used to. I used to write like all the time, but now when I start writing, it's like a lot of stuck moments, which I don't like. So you know, but I'll probably start doing some because a lot of the libraries are asking for songs now. So I'm gonna have to start getting back that my pen game back up and start submitting songs to these libraries. But yeah, thanks for asking, Vice. Um, like I said, once again, you guys have a good night, and I will see you next time. Peace.